I'm Jeff Filovic, here to bring you a half hour designed to solve your hunger. Today, a top chef shares the secrets to 2 essential dishes. How to make the perfect Caesar salad from scratch. No out-of-date bottle of dressing in sight. Plus, the reverse sear sous vide method for a spectacular steak. Our guest today has 2 decades worth of steakhouse experience. Chef David Morris is Director of Culinary for the revamped Packard's Steakhouse at the acclaimed Golf Resort Innisbrook. And it's open to the public whether or not you're a PGA standard. And for non-golfers, Packard's name is in honor of Larry Packard, the legendary designer of Innisbrook's famed Copperhead Golf Course. My friend, Chef, welcome to the Dinner Diaz Kitchen.
Jeff.
I'm so excited to have you here.
Nice to see you again.
This is going to be fun. Chef David is joining us to share some steakhouse secrets with us. First up, how to make a sublime Caesar salad all from scratch. Then later, we're going to be learning how to sous vide a steak and the scoop on what a reverse sear is in the first place. But I see you already starting to chop away at some fresh herbs over here.
Just
what are you chopping away at?
I'm just getting a little prep done.
Okay.
I'll just be your sous chef today, so I'm chopping up some fresh herbs to get ready to make our crouton component for the Caesar salad. We're going to take some breadcrumbs that you can buy at your local market.
And it looks like you're using panko breadcrumbs?
Panko all day long.
Okay, unseasoned it looks like as well, because you're adding all of that flavor behind it with those fresh herbs.
We're going to kill it with flavor. So,
okay.
Of course, we're going to hit a little bit of salt. Salt, totally your preference,
okay.
Whatever you feel like.
Okay.
I like fresh cracked pepper.
Very nice.
I like it out of the pepper mill. It's tough to beat, right?
Okay.
I like to then take some fresh citrus, Florida.
Come on now. You have to.
And I give a little bit of citrus zest.
Okay.
The zest is going to add a bunch of oil and vitamin, antioxidants, and other health benefits to this. We're going to add a little bit of, I'm going to add extra virgin olive oil.
Okay. Your
olive oil of choice. Those herbs that we're chopping up is just a combination of what's growing in your garden or my garden.
Okay.
And we're just going to start to heat a sauté pan to pretty warm.
Okay. And this is going straight into a dry pan because you have that olive oil already that was incorporated in. That's going to give that movement behind the pan. That's not what's going to burn anything.
And if you listen,
you toast it.
Snack, crackle, pop. The magic.
Such a fun sound too. It really is. To make this salad from scratch, grab Chef David's recipe with all the ingredients that you need, and then easy to follow directions are at our website, dinnerdiaz.com. Follow along with your phone while you watch by opening the camera and pointing at the QR code in the corner of the screen to get a link to us.
Hey, I'm pretty happy with these breadcrumbs.
That's the color that you like? That's
I'm kind
it?
of digging that.
All right, very cool. So then we're going to let those cool for a little bit, because then we also have this beautiful dressing that so many people are saying, oh, I'll never be able to do this. I can never make this. Chef David, this is your moment to say, yes, you can.
Yes,
you can make this.
Yes, you can. Now,
what do we need to do?
We've got our egg yolks, which is what we're going to start with. I'm going to add some whole garlic.
Okay.
I'm going to add some, can you say it with me?
A little Worcestershire sauce?
Worcestershire.
A little bit.
Some Worcestershire sauce.
Everyone's got their way of saying it too, which I think is so fun.
We're going to add a little bit of acid. In this case, it's red wine vinegar, but acid of choice.
Okay.
One of the biggest flavor enhancers. I know.
It wouldn't be a Caesar salad without it.
People are going to freak out, but
you're going to freak out about it, but it really
so good.
You need that, but there's a purpose behind that too.
We're going to add a little Dijon Mustard, and now I'm going to squeeze a little bit of a little more acid. In this case, it's lemon.
Okay. Fresh
lemon. Okay, so let's close the lid on this bad boy. Let's see what happens. So we're going to start with a little pulse here, just to kind of get it going. Now, this is our base. We're ready for the magic to begin.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, why don't you be the pro here?
Okay.
I'm going to be the pulse guy.
All right, and I will pour very slowly.
See where we're at. Now, what we're going to check for is salt, acid, okay, mouthfeel, flavor.
It's got all of that.
I mean, that was our first go around, man.
Wow. Wow. There's something behind it where it's like when no knock to like the store-bought Caesar dressings, but I'll tell you, man, this has all of that beautiful creaminess behind it. It really does bring all of that flavor behind it. That's just naturally just bringing so much behind it that it's got this velvetiness right now around my mouth, and the whole palate now is just coated with this.
It tastes like it was made like it's real food. We're gonna have some romaine lettuce.
Romaine lettuce.
Romaine lettuce is what we're going for.
Okay.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So, to make our Caesar even a little bit more top shelf, a little more bouge.
Okay.
Right, I like to put a little 6-minute egg.
What do we need to do next?
So, very cool. We're gonna actually always season our lettuce just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a touch. I like to do about 2 tablespoons of dressing, and I go around the lettuce.
Okay.
We're gonna coat each lettuce leaf with some of the dressing, some of the seasoning, okay? And we're gonna keep the lettuce ice cold. We're not gonna bruise it or beat it up. And you know what? I'm gonna need that bowl in the cooler.
You're gonna need that bowl in the cooler. Boom.
So check it out. Ice cold lettuce, ice cold plate. Kind of goes together, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Those little something extras that make it all better.
You know, that's something like, you enjoy at a restaurant when you do get a cold plate for a cold salad, right? I love it.
Right, okay, so it's just nicely sitting there. I'm gonna finish with some of our croutons.
Very nice.
Okay, so now we're gonna check out what I call a 6-minute egg or soft poached egg, which is gonna be these bad boys right here.
Love it.
And now the final touch, you know what you gotta do.
Wait, you got a final touch?
You know what you gotta do.
All right.
We like a nice aged Parmigiano Reggiano. Boom shakalaka. There you go.
Looks absolutely stunning. That's absolutely beautiful. All hail our Caesar salad.
Yes.
When we come back after the break, we step it up and learn how a steakhouse Supremo does his steaks the Sous Vide way. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're spending time with steakhouse chef today, David Morris, who's the director of culinary for Packard's, a steakhouse at the Innisbrook Golf Resort, open to the public, so even caddies are welcome. And he's been sharing his tips for the perfect Caesar salad, and in a moment, how he uses the sous vide method to make the perfect steak. Before the break, we banished the bag salad to make a Caesar from scratch, starting by combining breadcrumbs and olive oil with parsley, oregano, basil, and thyme, and adding lemon zest, then sauteing it until just golden brown. Then we made an anchovy dressing in the food processor with egg yolk, white anchovy, garlic, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, Dijon mustard, salt, black pepper, olive oil, a little blended oil, and water. And used our finished dressing on some romaine lettuce, adding and seasoning it, bringing in a little boiled egg, then our breadcrumbs, and finally a little Parmesan to make the perfect Caesar salad. There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on.
But
I was paying attention.
It's all worth it.
I mean, you got it. You nailed it.
It's all worth it.
Yes.
Now, I think that you can be able to help us nail a beautiful steak.
So here's the deal. I've got a couple of most user-friendly popular steaks. I've got the almighty 8-ounce filet mignon.
Beautiful.
And then I've got a bone-in, dry-aged New York strip.
Come on now.
All right, okay. So these are 2 completely different flavor profile, cooking style.
And what are you looking for in their respective steaks?
Well, if you see all of those little white little knobs in there, okay, that really tells you the quality of the steak. Now,
and so that's all that marbling, that's all that fat is made its way through. That's going to render out, bring flavor behind it all.
It's going to be like butter.
I love it. I love it. And then with the filet, very lean, a very clean bite.
Very lean. I've cooked them a myriad of temperatures, but medium rare to rare is primo.
But
right, because
you're
it's
not
so lean.
searing them.
We cook them a couple of different ways.
Okay. All right.
You know,
show me the way, my friend.
Well, in this situation here, we're going to do what's called a reverse sear, which is a sous vide technique.
Sous vide means under vacuum. So how do we get that component into all of this?
So I've got a couple of bags. This is from my home sous vide unit that's 400 years old. Look at this guy. The filet, I use a little bit of a smaller bag.
I love it. Now, is that going to be an expensive addition to?
I mean, I think you can buy them in the store now for $100 or less, right? It's worth it.
It's worth it.
I liberally season my steak, and now I'm going to throw in a big chunk of thyme, fresh.
Okay.
A couple of chunks of garlic, a couple of pieces of butter. Okay.
And you don't necessarily always just have to do a great steak using this. You can sous vide quite a bit. You can be able to vacuum seal quite a bit as well.
There's a very famous chef in the world. His name is Thomas Keller, and he wrote arguably the best sous vide book on the market.
Yeah.
Right. It has it lets you behind the curtain. Vegetables, fish, chicken, I mean, you name it, right? Mm-hmm. So simply put my product in the bag. I put my bag into the machine. I turn the machine on, and then there's a couple of different seal options here. Mine is just going to be vac seal.
Okay.
Very simple, right? And all it's going to do is pull all the air out. Mm-hmm. Okay, now the lights are off. I'm going to go ahead and open this bad boy. Okay. And then really into the sous vide tank we go. Now,
and you can see all that air is out to really make this a beautiful, beautiful cook here.
And what you were talking about earlier, see the little label pieces on the bag? There you go.
You have it. Save a few bucks in the process, folks, I'm telling you.
Yep.
The dollar save goes a long way.
Here's a little pro tip.
Okay.
I like to use these little clips because especially if you have many things happening in your sous vide.
Sure.
And what that's going to do is basically just kind of keep it easy to grab.
Okay, so what is the sous vide then? What are we looking for? What's going on here?
So this is a little Joule sous vide machine.
Because there's so many different brands that are on the market.
No question.
Joule is one, Anchovy is one, so many others as well.
And they're all about, honestly, the same. It's really preference, Ford, Chevy. What's your preference?
And it's just going to keep that at a constant temperature for whatever you want to set it at and just be even.
This one is web app based. So when I turn this on, I'm going to go open up the app and I'm going to tell it what I want it to do. In this application, I want it to cook at about 139 Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes.
And that's because of that thickness of that steak right there.
Absolutely.
That New York strip there, that was bone in too, you said. So come on now.
Bone in.
That's the way to go. We're taking a quick break from our sous vide steak. When we come back, Chef David shares how to take these steaks and reverse sear for the perfect finish. Ahead, Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef David Morris has joined us today from Steakhouse Packard's at the world-famous Innisbrook Golf Resort, where he's their director of culinary. He was sharing his secrets to the perfect Caesar salad, and for the ambitious home cook, how he sous vides a steak. Before the break, we had our sous vide circulator in a water bath, which it got up to temperature while we prepped our steak with some serious seasonings. A little salt, a little pepper, but simple. Then put it in a vacuum bag, not that kind, but this kind, the kind that's going to have garlic, thyme, and butter, sealing it inside our vacuum machine, then clamped it to the container under the water and let it cook under vacuum, which is what sous vide means. So it's done the cooking. It's gotten to that temperature that you wanted it to be at because you can control that entire process. But I'm not taking this and just putting it onto a plate. I mean, this does not.
I was realizing that we need our magic sous vide tools.
You do,
reverse sous vide, reverse sear tools. So,
what you got for me then? What's the magic tool?
I mean, I wanted you to be the first one to use the magic golden scissors, if the shears, if that's at all possible. There's a story.
I would be honored to. What's the story behind these scissors?
When we opened the grand opening of Packard's this past spring, these were the shears in which we cut the ribbons. Now. What made them extra special is I was standing next to our owner, which is Sheila Johnson. And these may have been Sheila's shears that she left on the table that I accidentally picked up and put in my gear. So magic shears. Anyways, that's the story.
A little accident, but purposeful in that one too.
They came in handy today.
I loved it. Now, the steak. I mean, I'm just putting it over here for a second there because it's hot.
Yeah.
But that's not. I mean, I'm not. We're not putting that on the plate.
We need to sear it. There is hence the reverse sear technique. So we're gonna let this pan get ripping hot. I mean, it's probably 450 degrees, ripping hot.
So what does it mean then for reverse sear? What is that?
Reverse sear means that we've cooked the steak through the cooking medium of sous vide, the internal or the whole muscle of the steak, but we never seared, we never actually cooked the outside.
So this
of the
is
steak.
edible because if you were to slice right into this, you got the perfect that you wanted in there.
Yes.
You just don't have that color, that crust, that signature mark of what a steakhouse
steak should be.
Steak should be. Okay.
Absolutely. So now, if we're really a couple of quick tips, if we look at steaks, there's always going to be several sides to a steak. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start with one side down.
Okay.
This also is going to let me understand that I'm hot.
Yep.
Right? We want it to be ripping hot like this because we can hear that sound. That's
Okay.
the sear. That's locking everything in.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to start with one side down. And now I'm going to go to the next side, which is going to actually be my serving side for later when we get ready to carve the steak after it's rested. And we're going to let this cook for probably 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, okay? Another fun piece at this.
It smells so good too. To make a steak Chef David's way, grab his recipe at dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to find us with your phone right now. Now, is there a purpose behind moving around the pan?
I like to, make sure that it's completely seared evenly, but also you got to keep in mind, when the metal of the pan is heated and we add something to the hot pan, naturally the heat is going to dissipate. And so, because the important piece of this reverse sear is the sear technique, right? We want to move around so we're allowing the pan to get hot again on all sides. Okay. Another fun little tip you can do, we could see we're pretty hot. We love how this flame is working for us. So the induction, I might move it off for just a second.
Okay.
Let the pan catch up with itself, meaning it might be getting a little bit too hot. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Boom.
And being able to reverse sear allows you that crust, that color, all of that is what you're looking for.
That's the money shot right there. Now, we're going to add another component to this, another aromatic piece, which is going to be our finishing touches. So we're going to throw some whole garlic cloves in there. Skin on, I just smash them. I'm going to throw a bunch of thyme. You know, I don't really measure. It's just sort of that much.
Okay.
Felt like it, felt good. And now I'm going to throw a handful of butter. And kind of let that all sort of marinate together, melt. Now the butter's melting. It's going to get all of the flavor from the seared meat that's on the pan or fond.
Yep.
It's also going to pick up flavor from the garlic clove, and the thyme.
And you can hear that thyme just really just bursting.
And the smell
it's so good right now.
Fire. Okay, so now we're continuing to let this cook to sear evenly on the other side. And as this butter and garlic mixture melts, now I'm going to do a pro technique.
Okay, walk us through it.
This is something fun. Look at all that butter. It's got all that flavor in there.
It's just absolutely just pure liquid gold right now.
I'm going to take my pan and tilt it up a bit, and I'm just going to bathe.
And this process is just basting it. This is just where you are literally just bringing all of those flavors, that melted butter that's mixing with that thyme, that garlic.
Just adding all of that flavor back to that. Now, a couple of little, let's just cheat real quick. Nobody saw this, but I'm thinking about, I'm ad hocing, if you will. I'm adding some, another piece to this steak for later when we start to snack, which were a couple of potatoes we cooked off. Because who doesn't not like steak and potatoes?
I mean, this is like, it just goes together.
It kind of goes together, right?
Oh, look at that. All right, so those were just some boiled potatoes. You just smash them a little bit.
Smash them a
now
little
they're
bit.
just taking on all those flavors for all of that to come together, because while our perfectly seared and sous vide steak is about to rest, we're going to kick back too. When we come back, we'll let you know how it tastes as good as it looks. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're keeping it simple but classy today as we make a salad and a steak. But not just any salad or any steak. These recipes were shared by Chef David Morris, Director of Culinary for Packard Steakhouse at the famed Innisbrook Golf Resort. He started by showing us how he makes a Caesar salad all from scratch. And then the science part, how he sous vide and reverse sears a steak. Look at this, steak, salad, all of the above, just missing one thing, on our plate.
I'm hungry. I'm ready.
I'm marveling at this. Like, do we eat it? Do we just marvel at it
Just
still?
take pictures all day, right?
I'm okay with that one because it's an absolute work of art. Now, we got to go salad first?
Let's go salad first. Why not?
Okay.
I think so.
These flavors are a killer. What's your favorite part when you keep going back in for that bite?
I like the most yellow of the leaves.
Okay.
And then I'm getting ready to share it with that 6-minute egg.
Okay.
So the jammy egg yolk, and then just the Caesar dressing and the lettuce all together is just, it's a hit.
Oh, absolutely. An absolutely hit.
Right.
And then, all right, I mean, you played a round of golf, you hit them great, you know, the ball was just hitting, making contact here. Are you ready to grip it and rip it on this bad boy though? What's going on here?
So this is one of our actual steaks on the menu. We buy a 20-ounce bone-in, dry-aged New York strip steak, which this is what this is. It's prime grade, which is the highest grade of beef you can get.
Now, and it also helps that we use the sous vide to help really control a beautiful steak and make sure that you're not going to, you know, overcook it.
No question.
Have it not to the liking that you want it to be. I mean, it makes the world of a difference for you. Chef David, thank you so much for being here today. It was so much fun to have you here. Thanks again to Chef David. Find his recipe and a link to Packard Steakhouse at our website, dinnerdeas.com. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more Dinner Deas.